Ruth Ben-Ghiat is an absolute expert on autocracy and on strongmen. In fact, she wrote a book titled Strong Men, Mussolini to the Present, and which is just a brilliant book. I read her book when I was writing my book on oligarchy, the hidden history of American oligarchy, which is kind of on the same topic. And she just did this extraordinary interview that was posted over at Politico, where she was talking about Trump, and she had predicted before the election of 2020 that when he lost, he would not leave quietly. And when they asked her about her prediction, she said, he's an authoritarian. They can't leave office. They don't have good endings, and they don't leave properly. It's like, you know, Trump is like a different kind of animal from a normal politician. We've never had an authoritarian, you know, a would-be dictator in the White House in the United States. It's never happened before. And it wouldn't have happened this time if it wasn't for help from Russia and help from, you know, Paul Manafort, whose job, he worked for the, you know, Russian oligarchs. His job was to install Russian toadies around the world. He did it in I believe, Kyrgyzstan. He certainly did it in Ukraine. And then he came to the United States. He worked on Trump's campaign. He ran Trump's campaign for free. This is a guy who doesn't do anything for free. He took like $11 million from Yanukovych in Ukraine, you know, Putin's toady there. So anyway, we've got this brand new animal here, this different kind of cat, as they say. She says, psychologically, the big lie was very important because it prevented his propagandized followers from having to reckon with the fact that he lost. It maintains him as their hero, as the winner, as the invincible Trump. And then, of course, it makes him the victim. And this is one of the keys to autocrats around the world. Hitler, you know, portrayed himself and Germany as the victim. Mussolini portrayed himself and Italy as the victim. This is a common characteristic with these guys. And she talks about Berlusconi, the same thing in Italy. So how do you deal with this? How do you burst the bubble of autocrats who are claiming victimhood and are you know, proclaiming that they actually won and all that kind of thing? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You convict them in a court. You prove that they are liars. You prove that they are losers. And that, I think, is in the court of public opinion as well as an actual physical court. So physical court, paging Merrick Garland. Court of public opinion, stick around. You know, in April, May, maybe even June, we'll see. I really, nobody has ever said this out loud, but my personal guess is that the January 6th committee is waiting for the war in Ukraine to resolve itself and no longer be consuming our headlines daily. But when they start these public hearings, that's going to be the end of Donald Trump, in my opinion. What do you think?